Hey, Tamara, I'm here.
Yay! Okay, let me tell everybody why I'm so excited about this. Okay, I am in on day number 33 of
Woo!
365 days of awesome. And then I add a little bit to it. Celebrate success through service. Hi, Sharon. Now, this is our service hero today is actually the creator of the 365 Days of Awesome program. Yay!
Wow.
This is
Woo!
Tasha Angelina Cooney. Now, let me introduce you to everybody to Tasha. Tasha is an international photographer and videographer. She seen documentaries, she does sizzle, she does all sorts of working with some of the top business minds and business programs. And also, she is a speaker that has such a compelling story. I just absolutely love this woman. And so I'm so pleased to have you on today. Welcome and welcome to our hero. Tell us about yourself, Tasha. First of all, where are you today?
Today I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada. Uh, 2 weeks ago, well, this month, the last 2 months, I've been in Fiji, Ireland, Paris, London, and Costa Rica. And so now I'm in the USA, and I'm headed to do a USA tour where I'm traveling around the United States of America. And I'm actually taking those skills of my international videographer, photography services, and I'm doing videos and sizzle reels and promotions and marketing videos for everybody around the USA currently right now. And I have an event coming up next month for just the ladies,
Oh,
and I'm doing some awesome stuff. I'm here. I just came from a mastermind yesterday in Las Vegas.
oh, wonderful. That's awesome. And okay, Sharon, hi Sharon. Hi
Hey, everyone.
Catherine. And what I also want to do is hi Leanne. I want to just think oh, she says I knew you when, Tasha. This is Leanne.
Yeah, I remember Leanne. Hey, Leanne.
And you said something because you are doing the 365 days of awesome, and you're doing it to create a better, you say a better Tasha, right? It's
Yes,
it's it's
better.
a program. Why don't you kind of tell us what inspired you or what motivated you to start this? And you're two-thirds of the way through, is that correct?
Yes, I have 119 days left.
You were doing the
And
math on that. I saw you doing that. You were there like, okay, did I do that right? It was so cute. It was adorable. Okay,
I
so
say,
what
yeah.
what prompted you to create the better Tasha? To do the better you and to do it
So
through
what?
this program.
Yeah, so to do it through this process, so naturally I'm a filmmaker. I like documenting things, and I feel that by we documenting our life and kind of looking over every so often and seeing where we were to where we are, where we want to be, I think that's a very valuable process in life. It's really tangible, and what we measure gets gets better. I forget that quote, but one of my mentors had a quote. It's like what we measure is something I forget it. I should totally remember it, but by measuring that, I'm able to really see where I was, where I want to be, and where I'm going to go. So by documenting this 365 days of awesome, it keeps and here I'll start with how I got the idea. In about 2014, I started doing a movie on the law of attraction, and I'm still continuing that movie, and I'm interviewing people on that are specialties in the law of attraction and who attract and manifest quickly, and people that are really trying to work with or people that are working with the laws of the universe and that are very specialized and educated in that. And so I was testing out documenting my life and saying,
Mhm.
okay, well, let's see what in what the process is for me, in the way that I manifest and how I do things. Let's document your life, Tasha. And things are short, so let's really set our life with intention and document it intentionally. And let's set goals. Let's set boundaries. Let's really take this to its fullest. So I started documenting my life, and I stopped. I stopped doing that. And I wanted to dominate the law of attraction circuit with my movie and with my videos. And if any of you are in internet marketing, we are doing internet marketing right now, Tamara, and I've been in the internet marketing world for about 10 years now. Now, if I know anything about anything, these are valuable assets, valuable marketing assets for your brand, for you, and to really share your message and share your story. So this gives me a platform to reach so many more people, rather than me just being in my house, in my room, and being bored all day or something, right? Because I can't reach people on this platform. So I sat down and I was sitting there and I said, you know what? I'm 34 years old. I really want to make a change in my life. And I actually started this, I think, when I was 33, and then I just turned 34 last year. I'll be 35 this year. But I was sitting down and I said, you know what? I've got to make a change in my life. I'm 34. I want to find and settle down and attract my life partner. There's things that I want to secure and set in my life before I attract my partner in, because we are what we become, right? And so there are some bad habits that Tasha still has, that Tasha really wants to overcome and let go of, because I don't want these bad habits to show up 10, 15 years down the road and then me have a breakdown and say, oh my gosh, geez, now this is bothering me. So Tasha really set out on a mission and was like, you know what? We're going to go balls to the wall, or maybe say boobs to the wall, since I'm a woman. And we're just going to go out and we are going to document this process, and we're going to touch, move, and inspire people along the way, because that's what Tasha does. And this is Tasha's mission, and this is how Tasha reaches people. And I've been behind the camera and so long as the videographer, photographer. I am now the speaker. I am now the motivator. I am now the coach. I am now the mentor. I am now the person to remind you of the gift, the God-given gift that you have to go ahead and preach and share your message to the world. So I'm coming from out behind the camera, in front of the camera, and I said to myself, you know what? In all this too, I have a program. It's called 90-Day Video Challenge. You can do is they go through the video challenge, experience 90 days of accountability in different topics, and they have to stick to that 90 days. And there's something so incredible that happens when you actually stick to a habit. It becomes a habit and you actually start feeling better about yourself. So people transform through the 90-day video challenge. People that were afraid of the camera, hated the camera, internet marketers, people that are trying to grow their business. It's now more important than ever to show face, to show yourself. You are your message. People aren't really necessarily buying your product. They're buying you, right? I don't care about what you're selling. I care about what is in your heart, and I care about your message, and I care about what you're spreading to the world. So this 90-day video challenge was a really incredible thing. I had one guy go through it, and he goes through the video challenge. Jason, I'll share his work with you later. But Jason goes through the challenge, and Jason says to me in one of the groups, he says, Tasha, what's next after this 90-day video challenge? And I started joking, and I said, you know what? 365 days, and it's awesome. That's what's next. And everybody just started agreeing with me. And I said, you know what? That's it, guys. We're going to do 365 days of awesome. I'll set my topics up. We're going to start this next week. And then everybody started messaging me. They're like, where are the topics? When are we going to start this? And then I had a calling. I started to coach with somebody who was also talking about the best version of yourself. So my coach's motto was that. And I was trying to become the best version of myself. So I said, you know what? Everybody's contacting me about the 365 days of awesome. They're saying, where are our topics? When are we starting? I said, listen, we're starting now, and you create your own year. You create your topics every day, because I want this to be your experience. And this is going to be the 365 days of awesome. You create your topics. It could be products. It could be, you could be making a product a week. And I show people how to create products. I show people how to really do what kind of videos they should be doing. So it's a process, like it's open to anyone and everyone. We have a community, and it was just birthed out of that. And for me, especially, it's me becoming the best version of myself for everybody around me and for my future husband. So future husband, if you're out there listening, you know, and I know we'll be united soon, but it's me working on the best version of myself this year to really get me geared for uniting with my partner, that we are just going to, we're gonna change lives together, not only individually but together, and we're working on a bigger mission. So you know, whoever that is, whoever I attract, I'm getting ready for you, and I've been getting ready for you for a long time. So the 365 Days of Awesome was really at its core essence. That's what it was about for me, but it was also about inspiring everybody else around me, because that is my mission in life. Sometimes, you know, this last 365 Days of Awesome as well is getting back to me and the essence of who is Tasha, and how Tasha has to come first, and Tasha's inner goddess, Tasha's inner beauty. I had to really find myself. Even though I have, it really, we forget about ourselves along the way. We forget to stop and breathe,
Mm-hmm.
and really think about, you know, what is it? And so that was really it for me, and so much more, and to inspire everybody else. And we have a community of us, of about maybe 25 of us now, doing the 365 Days of Awesome. And guys, we are taking this to the stage. So I've already got the event it planned. Tamara, you're going to be out there at the event. I'm going to invite everybody else at the event. So it's going to be an amazing process, and we're going to touch, move, and inspire people for the rest of our lives.
I am so jazzed. Now you guys can see, you know, and we've got people watching. Catherine, thank you. She says you rock. And then and lovely. And we've got Daryl here watching. It's
Hey,
been
girls.
scrolling and I can't. So many, not only with the 300, but also with your personal story. And you know, I don't know if you really want to go into it much, but you, I will just say this, and then and then people can find you if they want, or you can share what, however you want to do it. But your personal story, when you share it, and the amazing lessons of love, unconditional service, unconditional gratitude, just so, and so much more than that. I can't even tell you thank you enough. I mean, when I first met you, I knew you were special, and now I've gotten to get to know you a little bit more, and I just absolutely adore you. And what you
Oh,
share with people, it really touches the heart,
oh,
you know?
thank
And
you, Tamara. Thank, thank you. It's
you're welcome.
you know, I really feel by sharing, you know, I'll say this. At some point, I went through school learning a lot, and really kind of almost cheating with the books. Before you'd have the test at school, I would literally scan through all the material, do the test the next day, and I would pass. So I always felt that I was uneducated in a book sense, right? So I always felt, I said, you know what? Well, Tasha, you know, you have so much life experience, right? Because I'm always out there in the trenches learning, and I rarely have time or would take the time to sit down and read for myself. So I always felt bad about myself in educating myself properly with books. But in the last 10 years, I have been absorbing so much information at these events and these masterminds, thousands of events later. I have value to give, and I have value to give through my life experiences, and sharing those experiences
Yes.
that gives somebody else a life experience to not go through. So really, and I'll tell my story quick, and yeah, I have no problem telling it, but I grew up with it. And Mom, if you're listening, I love you, and you know that I'm sharing the story, and it's not anybody's fault. It is what it is. And I also feel that, I've came to this earth here, choosing who I came to be with, right? And almost choosing these experiences that we've had. But my mother, I grew up she was manic depressive, bipolar. She grew up mentally and physically abusing me, psychologically as well. Now, Mom, that's not your fault. What happened was basically is my mother was mentally and physically abused by my grandfather. He abused my grandma. Goes through that kind of trauma and that kind of environment, they are going to go ahead and they're going to replicate it. Children do what they're taught. And most of us here, even in relationships, we are so conditioned to blame somebody for not knowing how we feel, because that's how they were taught, though. Until we teach people how we want to be taught and how we want to be loved, we can't expect that of them. So seeing my mother, go through these things. And also my mother was in a snowmobile accident at the age of 14, and she died.
Wow.
So she had some chemical imbalances and some things. And I feel that my mom was going through a spiritual awakening at a really young age. She came from a Catholic family as well. No one was there to give her the guidance and the love and the support when she was going through this. And surely my mom took some psychedelics back in the day when she was on, back in the hippie days, and nobody knew how to really help her. So what did they do? I think they were really scared of her power, of her intelligence, and of her truth, and they locked her away. So they locked her into mental institutions after and after, so my mother has been through so much, and her story, when she gets out there with me and we get in front of audiences of 3,000, 4,000 people, when my mother gets on that stage and she shares the story of her being institutionalized, hundreds of times, locked away, straitjackets. I've seen them come take my mother away ample amount of times. I've even had to Baker Act my mother. But I love my mother. Today she is my friend. And even though she's looked me in the eyes and wanted to kill me and told me I was a piece of shit, and really treated me like a piece of shit, it's fine, because she's human. We're all human. And I love my mother, and we've bonded, and we sometimes we still don't agree, and we have things, but my mother has not had a breakdown in over 15 years. And I will share that from stage, and I have a theory on why she's not had a breakdown, and that will reveal itself in time. But me and my mother, we're still healing, but our story is going to touch and move so many other people, because today's society, we're upset and aggravated at our parents for certain things, and we don't talk to them, and we carry this hatred. We walk around and we carry this. It's just like if I were to pick up this chair right now, and they teach you this in Landmark, and I have a chair on me, right? Imagine me walking around, and I'm coming up to you, and I'm like, hey, I'm Tasha, and I have all this junk just hanging on the back of me, and I'm like, hey, come on, let me get in your car, and I've got just junk and junk and junk. Let's go hang out and go eat lunch. Are you going to want to carry me around with all this baggage? So each of us have this responsibility, okay, as a human being, to be vulnerable. Go out there and seek help and ask people, like, look, I've got this issue and I want to talk about it. And so many of us are inward, and we hold in this depression, and it's human. Everybody's human. All of us can go crazy. I can drive myself crazy, as my mother did. And so what I want to stop and think and say, guys, just because the past is the past, it's not the future. We are creating our reality. And so that's what I want to teach people. I want to teach people conscious creation of the reality and how they can control these thoughts. I have a depression thought every day. I'm sorry. You go look, and I'll tell you, right? I'll tell you the things that I think about, but I know how to manage that. I know how to overcome that, because thousands of thoughts are coming through our mind, and I've learned how to control those thoughts and manage those thoughts and overcome those thoughts. So that's what I want to teach people.
See why I love this woman. You know what? You really truly are a hero, because um my I had someone else on this week that has dealt with mental illness, and Tourette's and a variety of things, and it was shared that I have some of that in my family. I have a son that comes from that's bipolar, and so I've lived with as a mother. He's now grown and he's doing great, and so when I heard your story and I really was like, oh wow, because it was reversed, and but I know how that feels. I know how when someone is not in a healthy place and what that looks like. So my hat's off to you because you're young, you're out there making it happen. You have your own business, it's international. You're affecting other people's lives. You started the 365 days of awesome, and we are having fun with that here on my air in my neck of the woods. So, Tasha,
That's great.
thank you. Thank you for your time today. Thank you for being our service hero. Thank you for creating this amazing program. And thank you for what you're doing and affecting the change that you are. And I know you're going to be affecting so many people, not only just here in the United States, but throughout the world. Thank you very much for joining me. And thank you for being our service hero of the day.
Oh, thank you, Tamara. Thank you for having me. And I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Thank you.
Well, thank you. A lot of it is thank you. And your help and
Tamara,
your
you there?
coaching and things like that has been wonderful. I appreciate it. All right. Well, we'll
Awesome.
see you
Okay.
later. And we'll see everybody that's here. Thank you for joining us and see you tomorrow and see who else is going to be a service hero. So we have just
Awesome.
completed
Thank
day
you,
number
Tamara. See you
33 of
later. Good luck.
365 days of awesome. Yay! All right. See you later. Bye.
Bye-bye. See you later.